also. Yeah. Yeah. Right actually. Oh, oh, all right. Straight up in the back. Yeah, right in the back. And the back there have soup, drinks, and they have food. Well, out of here now is that we go in there, but when you find it, will be served, and everybody will have to buy one. Right now, I just tell you. Yes, that's good.
So how are you doing? How are you doing, Uncle Kenneth? How are you doing? You sure? I see it. So you try not to be drink.
You see, I don't want to be a hypocrite.
That's your boy. That's your boy. And I'm your girl. What's it good? What's it good? Huh? Right here, take the That's really strong. He's strong, Ezra.
Still, that is still keeping it.
So yung November,
Orlando.
Orlando, so you can choose private? No.
Well, I guess I got a big deal from
When you're ready, you can come and pick up our package.
yeah, well, that's
Not expensive time, right? And you'll show me kung magandang exercise kasi kung wala ng pagkain, you are not
Fill up, eh? But it's
Honey, we're going to watch this video once we're sitting up here so you can see. If you have to move these chairs and put them over here, you can do that. Put them right in the middle of your Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But I want these chairs so we can sit down and listen to
Is that the video? That was the third song. I gotta get show that.
Oh, and the one from Biggie.
Can I get one? Can I get one? This is that.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Banana scassa. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
First I can. First I can give it up. It's only 100.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Somebody said that's
Great. How are you doing?
So don't start an appointment. Don't be like an Andre. Andre will appointment. You know you're not great. I know.
need to no sleep, strength I need to believe. My thoughts big, I just can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the States, shopping new clothes and kicks. You and me taking flicks, making hits, stages, they receive more. Still can't believe you're gonna give anything to hear happen, but I know you still living your life after that.
Every move I make, it's turning from day. Every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you've been away. What a life to take, what a time to break. I'll be missing you. Someone tell me what I want that morning when this life is over. I know I'll see your
Still somehow I believe we'll always survive.
To my dogs, wherever you are. What up, big? You know shit is rough after you slid. You and God's hands down, keep a place with me, kid. Ain't nothing changed, still partying bullshit. We used to fuck R&B bitches and see rhyme tickets for every hit you made. More rappers afraid to come out. Machine gun pump. The Queens I came through to smoke blunts. You came to my hood, we was broke. I wonder if we stayed that way, would there have been gun smoke? Still on the block around things, numb from coke. I guess so, cause now with paper, shit is still ghetto. But fuck it, black, you living your life through your loved ones. Peace to your daughter and your newborn son. It used to be fun, making records to see your response, but now competition is none. Now that you're gone and these niggas are wrong, using your name in vain and they claim to be New York's king. It ain't about that, it's more serious. I plan to toast it up with you, joke with you, happy we on top, the most official. Ain't too many real ones out there. I feel some adapted, capable to take it where you took it to. I missed your weight, not cause I'm fake, cause I hate to see somebody so great in that way. I wouldn't stay so long with so much to say. I had to put it in writing to keep me in Brooklyn from fighting. Telling me to pay my respects and move to the side, but I probably wouldn't have got off my knees to let people vibe. You can't kill nothing that's ready to die. You was like God to us in the form of Allah.
Still somehow I believe we'll always survive.
just stay alive. Stand, we will survive no matter what. Thug life, stay alive. Tear pop, every thug sheds a teardrop. And use teeth to light off bed tops and pour out a little liquor. He was more than just the wildest nigga. Apocalypse, I understand style, nigga. It's going on the 3rd year since you been gone. On the east and west coast, the same shit is going on. The industry be talking, offending me often. They don't believe you dead, wanna see you when you're coughing. I come relate, shootouts and court dates, all eyes on you. Niggas in your face, invading your space. You ask about the trade in your place. How would I hold up? How long would I ride before I fold up? How did you know through your rhymes it was your time to go? You predicted it in every line, all in your flow. They can never be peace, I have to quote. Can't believe I heard my name on the realest shit you ever wrote. We had words cause the best supposed to class at the top. We kept it brotherly when we see each other and stop. And then what I see at MTV, people watch, we was both deep. After you left, I got no sleep. Think about how us real niggas would be if we united. A nation of thugs who could fight it. You was caught in a wild homicide. Or were you crucified like the son of God? When Lucifer lied and made the world think young blacks should be extinct. But thug life will never die. We stay high and just lit. Will there ever be another MC as nice? Will you return to us like the resurrection of Christ?
Still somehow I believe we'll always survive.
Still, we will survive no matter what. My people just stay alive. Still, we will survive no matter what. My people just stay alive. I wonder what the Commodores went through on tour. Did Smokey Robinson have to shoot his way out of war? What is Al Green scene that made him religious? What did the drugs put an end to the music business? If so, should I put out the endo right now and write down a plan and pursue my dream, turn my life around? Cause I'm bound for the movie screen, cuties a scream. I need an extra Uzi riding through my own little queens. And be the ones you always knew that went it on, telling everybody it was him that you put it on. Though we walked a million miles, it was just 20. Now used to walking in the path of legit money. I thought I made it, but we only took baby steps up the success ladder where they pay me checks. So my flex, when I got it, I said, they be blessed. That was the 80s, but now look at this crazy mess. We in the 90s, and finally it's looking good. Hip hop took it to billions, I knew we would. A lot of ups and downs in the game. Could lose or gain a couple pounds trying to maintain. One day you hear, the next you not. When you around niggas, check them out, some is about it. Most individuals plot some running spots. Some choose to stay to themselves, while others have no cares to stay in jail. More than 50% of us in and up with holes through the chest, through the head, through the gut. It shows the future for us, young shooters and old killers who become rich as dope dealers. Nothing left for us but hoop dreams and hood tournaments. Thug coaches with some sitting on the bench, either that or rap. We went the fast way out of this trap, whether it be 9 to 5 or slinging crack. To my deceased dogs, wishing I could bring you back, but life was a dream and y'all told me that. Always, still, we will survive no matter what. My people just stay alive. Still, we will survive no matter what. My people just stay alive. Still, we will survive no matter what. Still, we will survive no matter what. Still, we will survive no matter what. My niggas just stay alive. Stadium status. My big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother. Who was hip-hop brother? Who was no ID friend, no ID my mentor. Now let the story begin. It's the hard knock life to a sellout. Picture us in the mall, copping iceberg and yell out, jigga. Yeah, that's what we'd yell out, yell out. You know the name, do I gotta spell out or tell out? J-A-Y, and Ye so shy. And he won't even step to his idol to say hi. Standing there like a mime and let the chance pass by. Back of my mind, he could change your life. With all these beats I did, at least let him hear. At least you could brag to your friends back at the gig. But he got me at my mama's crib. Then he helped me get my mama her crib. Big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother. Who was hip-hop brother? Who was no ID friend?
Hey, I
no
can't
ID
talk.
mentor. Now let the story begin. Let the story begin. If you feel the way I feel, when you wave your
Yeah,
hand.
what's up?
Fresh off the plane, I'm off the baseline. Nothing handed out, I'm about to take mine. Around the same time of that Blueprint 1.
Yeah, but my girl's like $35
I play my
an
little
arrangement.
songs in that old back room. He about his head and say, damn, oh, that's you. But by the black album, I was black and out. Party at SOBs and we had packed the crowd. Big brother got a show up in Madison Square. And I'm like, yeah, we gon' be there. But not only did I not get a chance to spit it, Colleen told me I could buy 2 tickets. I guess Big Brother was thinking a little different and kept little brother at bay at a distance. But everything that I felt was more focused, only made me more focused, only wrote more potent. Only thing I wanna know is why I get looked over. I guess I understand when I get more older. Big Brother saw me at the bottom of the totem. Now I'm on the top and everybody on the scrotum. My big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dane and Big's brother. Who was hip hop brother? Who was no ID friend, no ID my mentor. Now let the story begin. Let the story begin. If you feel the way I feel, won't you wave your hands? Have you ever walked in the shadow of a giant? Not only a client, the presidito. Hola, Ovito. The game getting foul, so it's a free throw. I was always on the other side of the peephole. Then I dropped Jesus Walks, now I'm on the steep pole. And we know New Jack City gotta keep my brother, but to be number 1, I'ma beat my brother. On that Diamonds remix, I swore I spazzed. Then my big brother came through and kicked my ass. Sibling rivalry, only I could see. It was the pride in me that was driving me. At the Grammys, I said I inspired me. But my big brother who always tried to be. When I kicked the flow, it was like pick and roll. 'Cause even if you gave me the rock, it's give me go. I guess being style was more of a slam dunk. But my shit was more like a finger roll. But I had them singles though. And them hoes at the show going mingle, yo. Hey, y'all know. I told Jay I did a song with Coldplay. Next thing I know, he got a song with Coldplay. Back in my mind, I'm like, damn, no way. Translate Espanol, no way, Jose. Then I went and told Jay Brown. Should've known that was gonna come back around. Should've talked to you like a man, should've told you first. But I told somebody else and that's what made shit worse. My big brother was Big's brother. So here's a few words from your kid, brother. If you admire somebody, you should go ahead and tell them. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them. I idle in my eyes, God of the game, heart of the city, Rockefeller chain. Never be the same, never be another. Number 1 young hoe, also my big brother. My big brother was Big's brother. Used to be King.
I'ma feel that for the rest of my life, my promise is forever part. Feel it down my soldier, take me out. Let me read me and I shake every time I hear your voice. God is ready for you. Wish we had a choice. But every time it's a move on. Most things me learn are from you, dog. Where music help me make me true, dog. I'm a manager, help me beg you strong. Must fight with land, you run away with land. No post for IG. I'm like a god. Hey, King Melando. That I can love favorite friends. Not a princess, a father, a king. Everlasting flame, killing full of love. Everywhere we go, the people have to hear me. Unity, be a hell of my hand. Don't let it die down, guess make him sleep well. Bang, bang, one on the top. Trinidad lost a slug in a legend from God. Me, I hear them full of tears. No, me dreams and breathe. Guess I didn't on the road. In the double to my leg, bro, turn to my big bro. Never knew the picture, but I take it so. No matter what I put out, me never let it go. And I could publicize everything. Still pay your voice notes. Yo, I can stay. Time for the road. Tell the government, tell the fresh man, me and lion go show. 2 years straight, them can't flip it up. But they say I hear what I miss with a jet. Love it up when they give my house, yeah. Green no real. It's some silly fake good. Like a candle, favorite friend. Not a princess, a father, a king. Everlasting flame, killing full of love. Everywhere we go, the people have to do me. Unity, be a hell in my hand. Don't let it die down, guess make him sleep well. Bum tongue, one on the top. Trinidad lost a slug in a legend from God. Not a princess, a father, a king. Everlasting flame.
Music. They're coming out in a couple minutes. So just do your seal, and then they're going to give you QR codes they can scan.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
I'm Dave Bharath, Ravi Bharath. If you all don't know, all know how the progression is tonight. We do have, if you guys did not get a program tonight, there is a QR code that's going to be going around with the program for tonight, letting you know the structure of how tonight's going to go. You can take a picture of it, and it'll show you what the program is.
Anybody need it?
We're going to start off first with a prayer. Ravi, which I didn't know until 2 days ago, he was baptized, and he baptized Zelina and Shelly. And Shelly's going to do the opening prayer on the behalf of Ravi. Come on, Shelly. And special shout out to Darren Ramakan for putting that video together. No, he didn't. He just submitted more pictures than all of us. We weren't mourning.
Oh, Lord, where do we start? Good evening, everyone. I'm Michelle. Most of you guys know me as Shelly. I'm Ezra and Zelina's mom. And I'd like to start by just saying thank you to everyone who's come to be here with us today. I'm going to read most of this because I'm a bit of a wreck. But yes, thank you all. And over the past few days for the wake, Ezra, Zelina, and I have just been, and all of us as a family have, the outpouring of love is just the greatest reflection of Ravi, right? He connects people, and we've just been cared for, and your presence every night for many things, whether it's bringing food, cleaning. Thank you guys. We're just so blessed to have you here today to celebrate, Ravi, to celebrate his life. And also just to honor the memory of Ravi. So as you guys all know, Ravi was a father. He was a son, a brother, and a friend to most of you. And I know that he's had a major impact on all of you, as he's had on me, in some kind of way. Maybe good, maybe bad, maybe a bit of both. So he confused you in between. Yeah, he confused you enough to like him but not be sure. So yeah, as we begin this time together, I just wanted to start off with a prayer. Thank you, God, for Ravi's life. Thank you for the memories you gave us with him. We ask that what's said, done, and said here will help us to hold on to those memories of Ravi that are good. The ones that make us laugh and smile, the ones he'd want us to cherish. We ask that somehow, by the power of your Spirit, that you'll bring and comfort, that you would bring comfort and peace to the hearts of everyone gathered here. And the real prayer, Lord, is just to comfort us, Lord, and just to fill us with peace. And just we pray, Lord, that as we continue through this evening tonight, that your Holy Spirit would just fill this room and just give us the peace and comfort that we need to celebrate Ravi for exactly what he was, the life of the party. And it's in your precious, Lord, that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I do just want to read a short script and a scripture. As Dave said, Ravi was baptized Christian, which is why we're praying. So he grew up Hindu with his parents, so we did some of that, and Muslim, there was some of that too. So we get baptized, and he did actually do a family baptism. He baptized Ezra, Zelina, and myself, which was that picture that you guys saw with the shirts of us in the pool. That was him baptizing us. But yeah, I just wanted to start off with Isaiah 40, verse 29. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Even youths will become weak and tired, and young men will fall in exhaustion. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk.
We're gonna bring up our eldest sister, Ravi Bharath, which no one knows. Not too many people know. We had an elder sister that was
A ghost.
She's always been around, and she's always been our little hidden gem that we would bring around sometimes. we leave her out sometimes. She said she wanted to do the eulogy, and I said, no problem. I don't mind if you do it. All the family members that are older than me knew Ravi longer than me. So it's best that she does it, right? So here she is.
There's no way to sit like this. There's no way to sit. It's funny that you have to hold it and not sit it somewhere. Okay. Sorry. How's it shaking? I guess it's good afternoon, good evening. Good night, hello. Okay, I'm Ravi's big little sister is what he used to call me. There's so many stories I have about Ravi. One day when he was 5 years old, he said to me, he said, I know you're my older sister. He said, there is a funny story though, a really funny one. The time we ate some dog food. By mistake. Now dog food, you know, the little kibbles, they kind of look like the soya thing that people cook, right? So we went to Dr. Jagru's house. Dad will remember this. We went to Dr. Jagru's house late in the evening. Everybody had already eaten. They took the food back out. And they said, you all come and make a plate, right? So we go around the kitchen, we're making plate all the way to the end. The end have this soya-looking thing mixed with rice. We put a little bit on the plate. So we eating, and we stand up eating together, and he's standing here, and I'm standing here. He says, Mama dear, this food tastes like dog food. I say, shh, Ravi, I'm going to say to people, food tastes like dog food. What's wrong with you? Shh, don't say nothing. But then Mr. Jagru run up and say, oh, you don't eat that. It's dog food. They mix it at the end. So we made sure we didn't eat the rest of it. But we both tasted it and we didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it. What else I have? That reminds me of the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight. You know that song? The one that talk about the food? You guys know that one. With that, I'd like to welcome you all to this celebration, to the life of Ravi Lakshman Bharath. I have to put the name Lakshman because that was supposed to be our family's name. That was my grandfather's last name. His first name was Bharath, and the family took on that name. So Ravi's name, when he was born, my father wanted Lakshman to be in his name like his father. So that's where he got the name Lakshman. Let's see. He went to be with his beloved sister, our sister Shamala, and his savior on Monday, February the 13th. A Monday that will stay with us for a very long time. It's the day I always tell Dave to be careful. We were born on the 13th. And every Friday the 13th came around, we were okay. Monday the 13th came around, we had issues. He had car accidents. He had all sorts of stuff. And I wouldn't think that Monday the 13th would fall on Ravi. It was thought Ravi would live forever. Everybody did. Also, I know Shelley said thanked everyone for stopping by with all the flowers and all the food and all the time and the time they took and spent time with my mom and my dad and just celebrated his life. We thank you all for that. That's very good that you support us in our time. Ravi was our light that was abruptly just went out. It's unbelievable. I never knew the word surreal meant anything, and I didn't think it would mean anything to me, but this moment is surreal for a lot of people. And I totally understand what that means. There's no other word I could even use for what was happening at the time it happened on that Monday the 13th. Allow me to read a few words from an adaptation from Tamara T. von Reichenberg and also a poem for myself. It is called Your Spirit. I know that no matter what, you will always be with us. Now that life has separated us, we know that only you and your soul saying goodbye is saying goodbye to your body. Your spirit will be with us always. When we hear a bird chirping on a nearby branch, we'll know that you're singing. There's some soca song going on somewhere that you hum in that tune and you can't take it out of your head. When there's butterflies, bushes brushing gently across us, carefree, we will know that it's you reassuring us that you are free. When the gentle fragrance
of a flower catches my attention, we will know that you're reminding us that appreciate the simple things in life. When the sun shines through the window and awakens us, we will know the warmth of your love. When we hear rain pitter-patter against the window sill and we'll hear the words of wisdom. We remember what is taught well, that without rain, trees cannot grow. Without rain, trees cannot bloom, flowers cannot bloom. Without life challenges, children cannot grow strong. When we look out into the sea, we will think of your endless love for you, your family, and your friends. When we think of the mountains, or when we see the mountains and their majesty and their magnificence, we will think of your courage, of your ancestral country, the love you had that you spent so much time in Trinidad with Carnival, and going to a country that just became your home without people realizing you were never born there. No matter where we are, your spirit will always be beside us. For no matter what, you will always be with us. You were a rare light, a brother, a son, a dad, a godfather to so many. You just got too big for this world. So you've gone on to a bigger one. With that, I say, I'll see you later, my big brother, my big little brother. In closing, again, we thank you that you have all placed yourself in our path of light that we call Ravi. Thank you.
Thank you, Omati. Omati, Rena, Thomas, Barrett. So I didn't prepare any speech or anything to say tonight. I thought I would do it best like how Ravi would do and just wing it, you know? And that's the best way to go about doing it. And sometimes you could tell when he's winging it, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you're like, nah, he ain't prepared nothing. He just going with the general answers and questions and what he's supposed to do. What I'm going to do is read this card that we're passing around. It's a in loving memory Ravi Bharath card that we only have like 150 or 200 of them. I didn't put it together. I approved it. I told a small group of us to write something on it, and I just said, go ahead. I couldn't really do this. I probably could do it now, but I couldn't do it then. So I'm gonna read it to you all, also for those that are on live stream. I'm gonna read it for them because they're not gonna have this. But while I read it to you, I might segue a little bit from it because it might be my words that I would have said if I would have wrote it, but it's written very perfectly. Ravi Bharath was born on May 18, 1974 to Boise Barrett and Zalina Hussein in Boone Hospital in Flushing, New York. Booth Hospital, Flushing, New York. I didn't know he was from Flushing, New York. I thought he was from Homicide Hollis, but okay. That's a funeral director, by the way. She's from 180. She's from 186 by the Gabbies, and yeah. He was third born of 4 children. Ravi was loving. He made his way into the hearts of anyone he crossed paths with. His charismatic personality was not only infected but defined who he really was. Ravi grew up in Queens, New York, where his parents were involved with the initiation of the Shiva Mandir in North Corona. During the period is where he met some of brothers. In his teen years, his family relocated to South Florida, where he continued to build his life and his lifelines and bonds. Ravi adored his family and friends and was a master of making and keeping connections. He really was good at keeping connections. He was also really good at introducing people to people. He would be like, oh yeah, I know this guy and I know her. Yo, you guys meet each other, you guys will work out, you know? Some of those are married now. Some of those are divorced. His reach with the relationships crossed states and countries. He was a jet setter and should jump on a international flight in a blink of an eye for a line. That's true, because I've heard when I'm growing up that the 24-hour line in New York, the 23-hour line in New York. Ravi was the younger brother of the beloved Shamala, Omati, and the older brother of Dave, myself. Ravi loved his siblings and cousins deeply and would often brag about all the adventures, fetes after fete, and weddings, even weddings in Paris. I'm not going to say the word, in Paris. Ravi truly loved creating memories with his friends and family and taking pictures with them. In 1996, Ravi's brotherhood expanded. Okay, so I'm gonna be very sensitized when I say this, right? This is the edited version, right? Brotherhood expanded to the formation of the Trini Mafia. This bond did not only strengthen the West Indian culture, but uniting multicultural friends and family throughout the multiple generation. So when Ravi told me that he was getting the Trini Mafia tattoo when I was about 12 years old or 10 years old, me and him are 10 years apart, by the way. He said, yo, so when we go get these tattoos, I'm gonna do it and put it on the left-hand side. I put it on my left side right here. So when I'm driving, everybody out the window could see my, so yeah. Okay, back to this. From the car shows and DJ sets and so many parties in between, these hustlers and each other's back. They had each other's back. These hustlers had each other's back. Their brotherhood touched many lives, and hanging with the boys to being there for each other's children. And that's true. Ravi was really there for his brotherhood's children, you know, for the family, the mafioso, and beyond. You know, some of the children even had the same birthday as him, believe it or not. And he was godfather to many. He was best man to every person he was the best man to. Divorce. Sanil co-signs that. Tasha told me yesterday I'm walking her down the aisle. Ravi started his own family with the beloved father of Christopher, Ezra, and Zelina. His bond with the children was like no other. He loved creating memories and going on all kinds of adventures with them. Yeah, they really did go on a lot of adventures. They went to Puerto Rico, they went to Paris, they went everywhere. I had free tickets for the airline, so I usually actually call last minute and tell them, yo, you going to this fete? You going to the fete? You going to this place? Yeah, you have the hotel book? I think I might come. You have the rental car book? I think I might show up. From tagging up Wynwood walls with Ezra, that's true. Speaking about that, Ravi is probably the best graffiti artist all of us here all knew. Ain't nobody had better graffiti handwriting than Ravi Bharath right there. Naturally. Mic drop, I ain't gonna drop it, but that's how it goes. Ravi really had the best graffiti artist. And he did it freestyle with a pen and some ink on your hand, which some of us here have that pen and ink on their hand, including himself. He did his own ink. It says Sneaky. His name was Sneaky. That was his nickname before this past 10 years he called him Ravi Rav. Nobody knows Ravi Rav was a new name. That was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But people that know him 20 years ago, 30 years ago, his name was Sneaky, and it was just Ravi. Everybody know him as just Ravi.
MySpace ruined it.
Yeah. There was nothing like what he did, there's nothing like what he wanted to do to experience. He loved creating unique experiences. He was definitely an out-of-the-box type of guy. He was in the box type of guy too. Ravi is survived by his parents, Boise Barrett and Zelina Barrett. That's where his daughter Zelina got his name, by the way. Which, when Ezra was born, Ravi was there. Me and Kiran was in the plantation hospital watching South Park, and Ravi was in the room with Shelly having Ezra, and we was watching South Park. And that night, 3 days Ezra didn't have a name. Didn't know what to name him, right? Like 2 days, right? Didn't have a name, but he had a list of names. So I used to go to the hospital every day to look for Ezra. So I used to go see Ezra. And one day the doctors came in, they said, "What's the boy's name?" And I'm sitting down next to Shelly. And Shelly's just like, "I don't know what to name the boy." I said, "Give me the paper." I said, "I like Ezra Xavier Barrett, EXB. You know, I'm gonna call him, Exhibit was hot at the time. Right? They had that whole car show going on, right? So I was just like, I'm gonna call him Exhibit, you know what I mean? EXB, Xavier.
Easy beat.
Yeah, easy. He ended up becoming all easy from the Spanish side, whatnot, from the Boricua Morenas, right? And yes. Baby Romero, right. So then after that, later on that evening, Ravi comes in. I'm sitting down next to Shelly, whatever, we're talking. And Ravi comes inside. "So what do you baby name?" He had to ask me and Shelly what his child's name was. Christopher, Ezra, and Zelina, and the rest of the Barretts, Barrett and Ramkisoon family. So our grandfather's name is Ramkisoon. Grandmother's name is Ramkisoon, sorry. Including the Trinity Mothfare Brotherhood and Sisters. Ravi will forever be loved and imprint on our hearts, minds, lives, and will continue every day. Ravi will forever be loved in our imprint. Yes, he will be very imprinted in our lives, because I feel like everyone here has their own unique relationship with Ravi. You know what I mean? Some people talk about him and his health. Some people talk about him in the Fete. Some people talk about relationships that he was in, relationships he wasn't in, arrests that might have happened,
Somebody go with right hand.
Drink.
Somebody go with right hand.
Yeah, some people talk about his left hand.
The right hand.
His left hand.
He
He used to rub his hand on his right hand and then come with the left. That's correct. That's right. He had an individual relationship with everyone individually, and only you have that with him, right? My relationship with him is not like yours. Like a snowflake, it's unique in every different way, and it's just that for you. When he passed away, that water drop in the pond that causes many ripples was not just a drop. It was a big gushing waterfall, and it really, really created ripples from here to New York to Toronto to Trinidad and Tobago. And it's really, really heartfelt that I have to miss Fantastic Friday Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. There's only one person that can have me miss this carnival, and it's only if he misses it himself, my brother. My relationship with him was he always introduced me to you. It doesn't matter where we were at. You remember this man? Look the man there. Look him there. If he never knew you, his co-workers, his friends, well, family is family. And I felt so good sometimes, like I would be in the mall, or I would be anywhere, and they'd be like, "You're Ravi's brother." Yes, you're Ravi's brother. Yes, there would be a small group of people that didn't know Ravi, and I would be so happy when they would say, Your days, brother? Yes, I win. Shout out to the younger siblings. You know? And he really had that unique personality. And what he said and what he did, I don't know how he would get away with it. Oh my God, the awkward things he would say, all the too soon things he would say it now, you know? Right now he would say, well, like somebody dead off, you know? He really did that, you know, and it wasn't warranted. He did it, and he could do it, and he would forever do it, and he was true to himself. He was wicked, but he wasn't a wicked person to people. He wasn't malicious to people. He wasn't a person that you couldn't trust. You know what I mean? You could trust Ravi. You know, everything that he did was warranted. Everything he did was like, yo, Ravi did this or Ravi said this. Yeah, he could say that. He did do that, and this is why. You know what I'm saying? There was never no bacchanal with Ravi for something on his side that he did wrong, or that he did that wasn't right, that he didn't do. You know what I mean? He did that for a reason. You know, Tupac said, you know, there's not a crime that you didn't have to do. That was Ravi. You know what I mean? All the things that he did was for his friends, for his family. That's what he did it for. And even his close friends was like his blood. He wanted to build a team, a community, a friendship, a bond, a mafia. That's what he wanted to do, you know? Not knowing that, speaking this past week, our parents were like kind of mafia too, you know? We were like the original 5 families or more in South Florida. It was like the Barretts, the Lutchmans, the Sows, the Subramani's, the Jagru's, the Williams. They were all together. We were all friends and families together. We were children, and they were all together building the Shiva Mandir on Oakland Park Boulevard. And we all were together. We were all vested together in the families of those 5-6 families. From satsangs to prayers, my dad making collections, to building a temple, to my mom cooking food to raise money, to building a temple. Meanwhile, Ravi building a Trinity Mafia in the background. And the Trinity Mafia wasn't a Trinity Mafia, and Andy told me this. He said, you know, the mafia, it doesn't mean it's a mafia, meaning it's a bad people. Mafia means mafioso, which is Italian for family. That's all it was. He was a family. And these boys, Ravi and his friends, had families, but they had a family. Themselves alone was family together. And even though you get married, you have children, and you grow up, and the children have girlfriends or whatnot. Even the children stick together with the other children, and we have no idea. Well, how do you meet that person? Oh yeah, I know him from this fete or this juve or whatever. It's that next. The families end up meeting each other. The children end up meeting each other, and it continues on from there. Ravi started that, literally. Ravi did that. And if it's one thing that we all might have differences with, one thing we have in common is this man right there, is Ravi Bharath. And this couldn't be a bigger, better funeral for him. And he loved every and each and one of you. He really did. As much as the love you had for him, he had for you. And that one-on-one conversation that you had with him, he had with you. And the last conversation you had, he had it for a reason. He really did love you. He loved each and every one of you individually. And he, like we all are, we're all selfish in a little bit in our own ways, where we'll call somebody for a line, we'll call somebody for a fete, we'll call somebody if we need something. You know, he called you, he texted you for his selfishness, but he did that for you because he knew he could do that because you're the one that he wanted to speak to. He knows that you're the one that was perfect for this conversation. So whether it be a year or not, whether you just show up, he was loved by all of you, and he loved you just as much. So next, well, like I said, I didn't have anything written or nothing, but I'm gonna bring up some speakers now, and then everybody can guess speaker after that. We're gonna have Melissa say something. Melissa Mohammed. This is the flushing side.
Yeah. Did you already go talk for me?
You want to put it on here? We have like 10 minutes.
Hi everyone, we're Melissa and Mindy, Ravi's second cousins, but he was actually our big brother. What makes a big brother and sister relationship special is the way that we can remember each other when we are no longer able to be together. Life changes, but memories don't, and we will be eternally grateful for all the memories that we've shared with him. Thinking back to our younger days when Ravi spent every summer in New York, sitting on that 100th Street stoop, to Ravi introducing Mindy and I as children to Carnival on Eastern Parkway. How my mom trusted this boy to babysit us at times and pick us up from school, which he forgot sometimes also. Then being adults and having someone a little older and more experienced to be there for us trying to navigate through life and trials and tribulations, we know we could always count on Ravi to answer our calls and help guide us. It came to a point that I was talking to Ravi or texting or just joking around with him every day. As we think about our lives together, as I'm sure a lot of us here would agree, he was our strength, he was our blanket. He was just always there for me and all of us. Always there with the fast thinking and problem solving and just making everything work. Ravi, thank you for being our brother. You were always leading us by example, maintaining strength, duty, and decency, a quality that is hard to find in just one person, all the qualities. You taught me to be a strong, independent woman, to stand up for myself no matter what, and never being afraid to give someone that left hook if needed. These past 4 days, I have picked up my phone about 100 times to text you and just ask you something or tell you I'm booked and I'm coming to Florida. And I remember that you're not here anymore to answer me anymore, as we are all in disbelief. Yesterday, while traveling here for 18 hours, I kept thinking about all the drama we have going through just to be here, just for you. And I keep hearing your annoying laugh in my head laughing at me. When I finally landed, I started crying again because I knew I wasn't getting my normal welcome home text from you. Nothing in life is a coincidence. We have to all believe this. If we believe that heaven needed an angel and that's why you are not here, then that will make grieving you a little bit more easier. This would normally be one of the things I would normally ask you for advice. Now that you are our angel looking down on us, I know that you're watching us now and saying to celebrate the life that you lived and loved. I can honestly say that life will never be the same again. Thank you for being the big brother that you have been, for giving us all the greatest memories that we can all cherish forever. Until we meet up again, rest in peace, Ravi.
We love you.
We love you.
We're short on time.
Huh?
We're short on time. So.
That's fine. No, go ahead. We have extended time. Mindy, say something. Yeah.
I just wanted to say, so I was on my way to Trinidad I was in Trinidad on Tuesday. Ravi had booked this whole itinerary with me. He was supposed to meet me in Trinidad on Thursday. I picked up his costume. It was the hardest thing I could have done. Seeing his name on that box I couldn't. I brought your costume home for you, and I'm going back to Trinidad tomorrow to play mass for you.
Yes.
I'm going to represent you on that stage.
I organize with Milo too. Milo will shout him out
Yeah,
every
we're on the
single
same.
song.
I am going to represent you, my brother. I love you forever, and I will never forget the memories that we have. Thank you for teaching me to be a woman that I am today.
Bum, bum. Yeah,
I love you.
Bum, bum.
Thank you, everyone.
Wow. Dude.
If there's anybody that wants to speak now, can come up and speak.
Is it alright if I come?
Val is allowed to speak. There's an empty chair right here. If you want to speak and say something, you sit down here in this chair, and I'll call you up after.
Good afternoon, folks. If you don't know, that's your fault. But my name is Val. I'm gonna play something because that guy right there, and a lot of us who know understood what this meant. When the song came out, we did what it said. We followed instructions. We made our own instructions because of him. People like him. Salt Pepper have finished it, Dave. Hanging pictures on our wall. Every rap.
Red Magic Molly Mall.
That was good.
That was it. That was what we did. Not only did we live that lifestyle. You see, a lot of you know Ravi socially, and he was a social person. But take away from the pictures and take away from what we did, take away from what everybody did. He had a brotherhood, and our little brother, right here, this guy. Okay. Our family was different because you didn't have to wait for us to see you. You knew what we had to do. Everybody knew what we had to do. Every time it came up, every time the issue came up, we filed a way. We found a line. We found a way to make things better. We created things to make us better as people, as humans. As humans. We understood what we had to do to make our life get to this far. We never planned for things like this. We never planned for it. We lived every day to the fullest. Do what you have to do today. Don't plan for tomorrow because tomorrow isn't promised. Who understands that? Who understands? Let me see a raise of hands. Who understands that tomorrow isn't promised?
We know that now.
We knew that. We knew that, and we still lived the life the way we do because we weren't the followers. We were the instructors. People like Uncle Kala, people like Auntie Nora. They embedded things like that in him. Want to hear a silly story? The first time I ever met Dave was like 9 or 10. Yeah, and we were Mario Kart was our thing, and we were playing Mario Kart. Oh, I'm gonna tell you a story. You came back from. I'm gonna tell him now. It's been 30 years. It's time to tell him. You came home from rocking up the tent for Miami Carnival, and Dave heard all you coming inside. And Dave heard all you. And Ravi, take Dave and do him this. To push Dave outside. But you know where Dave went? Dave went and hid on top of your roof.
I was skipping school.
He was already skipping school. And it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Dave stayed there till 4 p.m. 3 hours on top of the roof. While we like this. Carry some water for the child. He all right? Dave jumped back down from there. So if all they ever know why Dave and Ravi are dark skinned, there is some insight. There is insight today. He was social. He was a social light, but he wasn't social. If When you saw the hand coming over the head like this.
Right hand.
When your right hand coming over the head like this, it would come from downtown, way downtown. It had powder in it. That man find powder and he would put powder in his hand. It would come like this. The straight left hand. Don't doubt the left hand. We knew a different Ravi. We grew up with Ravi. And Ravi grew up with us. He raised him. He raised him, and unconsciously he raised him to be a better man. And he was trying to be a better man. Please believe me. Dave is a better man because of people like him. Because of people that we call family. Because of people like Sunil. Because of people like us. You're family, but we're all family. Ezra, Zelina, you know what to do. You have the instructions. Follow them closely. Because we will never leave your side. Do you understand? Your dad's gone physically. But we will always be here. We love you. We love you too.
Thank you, Val. Thank you, Val. Couldn't say it any better. We want to welcome Michael Jagru to the stage, please. Michael Jagru, I've known all my life, and our fathers knew each other. And this is an era of Ravi that I would even like to hear. This is pre-Ravi.
I would love to hear this.
Yeah, me too. You got it.
So it's a stage. I didn't think this was a stage.
You want to take it off? Or you wanna...
No, I'm good. Yeah, so I'm gonna be shaking. I'm nervous.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm Mike. Flew in from Jersey just for this. Had to, as soon as you hear something like this, you gotta suck it up, get on a plane, and come down. I mean, being out here in this temperature is a little bit better than up there anyway, but I just wish it was for a different reason. The thing that you're gonna hear all night about everybody talking or whatever is brotherhood, right? This was everybody's brother. If you look to the person to the left or right of you, you have a story, and more than likely, Ravi was a part of that story, or he caused the story, or a doctor, and I went to a private school and stuff like that, and I had no idea about culture, about West Indian culture, but Ravi was the one who really pulled me in, and introduced me to people, and got me out there, and I have him to thank for that, obviously. He was my brother, and literally, a lot of people like to say that, but I literally got beat up one day because somebody thought I was Ravi's brother. He had caused problems. Andy was there too. Andy Lachman. He had caused problems or whatever. He got into a fight the week before, and somebody saw me out, and I guess we looked alike, and they saw me hanging out with them. Like, oh, that's Ravi's brother. I'm like, and I caught it. But to get back, huh? Yeah. I mean, he was good like that, and he always had, even though I took that licks that day, another day, I'll tell you about another day we took licks. This is how much we were brothers. I was at a party, Shaliza somewhere around here, sorry, I apologize now, but we was at her party, and I was drinking, Alizé was the big thing, you remember? A glass of Zay makes a man cash his clay? So I see some guys that we had problems with, and I was like, yo, why are you looking at me? I was like, yo, you ugly, and whatever. I can't even remember what I said, right? But it's just me and Ravi, and all of a sudden, 10 guys surround us, right? And I didn't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what to do. The dude's yelling at me in my face, and I just look to Ravi to my right, and all I see is
the right hand.
His hand go up like this, and I said, oh God, and I just,
whoop that.
I dropped. So we took our licks that night too. So yeah, just another way. He knew I was wrong. It was my fault, but he didn't like the way the guy was yelling at me, so the hand went up and.
The right hand comes over.
Yeah, exactly.
It's game time.
Yeah, so but that's just another example of who he was. And then I don't want to go on too long. I know a lot of people got to talk, but more recently, the way he was a brother to me is when I made the brave decision to date and now marry a feisty Puerto Rican woman. There was one person I know I could call that could give me advice. So a lot of our texts more recently were like, boy, you wouldn't believe what this Puerto Rican telling me today. And he hit me back and be like, yeah, I've been through that. But yeah, you know, nothing but memories, and this is all brotherhood. I haven't seen so many of you in so long, and I hate the fact that it has to be like this, but you know, I guess he would be happy to know that we're all in this room, right? And we're here, and we're gonna, you know, probably go over the weekend, and the only way we can do is celebrate his life. Like his cousin just said, she's going down there, you know, and that's all he would want, is for us to continue to celebrate and be together, you know. It's a shame he's not here, but
Love you, Mikey.
all right, love you guys.
Thank you very much, Michael. It was a good, yeah, that was a different part of Ravi's life that I didn't even know about. I was too young. We're gonna,
Auntie Camila, our mom's mom.
we have Auntie Camila that's gonna say something. We're gonna have 2 more speakers and then a closing from his dad.
You want to read it for me? I can't read that. I'm sorry. My name is Camila. I'm Armani's mom. Wow. I would just like to read the poem, The Footprints. Oh boy, I thought I could do this. Can you help me? Mm-hmm.
One night I dreamed a dream. As I was walking along the beach with my Lord, across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene I noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one to the Lord. After the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand. I noticed that at many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of footprints. This really troubled me, so I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why. When I needed you the most, why would you leave me? He whispered. My precious child, I love you and will never leave you. During your trials and testings, when you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you.
Thank you. Good job.
We're gonna have a closing from our dad. It's gonna take him about 2 minutes to get up here, so one person can speak. Oh. Okay, show me out. Ravi and I, or me personally, learned our speaking skills from my dad. I can't speak better than him, and I admire him so much for that. Yeah, and I admire what my dad. You want to hold it?
Yeah. Good evening all. I'd like to first thank you all for being here. I just jotted down some talking points here, so don't mind me. Okay. I'll urge you all who has one of these, or who had made the scan, to read it. Read it. Many people take these things and put it aside, and they don't really read it. I'd like you to read it. Okay. I'd like to thank all those who have contributed to for this occasion and during the week and so on, financially. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank also all those who has contributed beverages every night that we got together at the clubhouse, at the condominium. Armani here is a big contributor of that, and others. I thank you all. I'd like to thank the restaurants, Joy's, and also sings for providing
Lucky City.
Lucky City also for providing the food every night.
Soccer Ranch.
And
Soccer.
Soccer Ranch.
Yes.
Also Soccer Ranch. There are so many contributors of food and beverage. I thank you all. And I'd like to especially thank the restaurants who not only take, but when the community has something like this, they give back. They're always there. They're always there for the community when something like this happens. All right? I wish your temples would do that. I can say that because I was involved in temples in New York and here, and as much as I urge that they do this, you never get a response. You find the Muslims, they will hand out Qurans, and the people would read the Quran. They learn about the Muslim religion. The Bible is handed out to people, and they read the Bible, and they learn different things. Yeah, okay. But the Hindu mandirs, I'll stop there. I'd like to thank especially Darren. Darren works so hard. I will watch him and his daughter. Well, I think a lot of the film there was about Darren also. But a lot. I'd like to thank Michelle. Michelle did work so hard all week. She hardly got any sleep. Darren also was there every night, set up and clean up the clubhouse and so on. We'd like to thank him. Shiva?
Go ahead.
Michelle. I'd like to thank those who came from far away as Canada, Rishi, Rita, and so on, the whole family. They found out that it was going to cost them $8,000 to fly. So instead they rented a big vehicle and they all drove down. That was very nice of them, and I welcome them. Also from New York, I'd like to thank Shireen, Judy, Khan, Fazal, and all those others that came down from New York who took the time to come down no matter what the cost. I'd like to thank those that came from Trinidad, like my sister Basmati. She came up from Trinidad, Gayatri, and so on, and all the others that came from Trinidad. Thank you for coming. And those I have several friends. As some of you know, I'm living up in Orlando at this time. I have several friends over there. On weekends we play all fours and things like that, enjoy ourselves. Richard, Angie, Bobbin, Sanmati, and others. I'd like to thank who was it cleaned up your place? Who was it cleaned up your place before you came? Okay. I'd like to thank Lisa. Dave was in Trinidad, and when he got the message, he came up. Before he came up, Lisa was there and cleaned up his whole apartment. And we want to thank her very much for that accommodation. Once more, I'd like to thank also Sastry, Carissa, Jack, for their support in accommodation of some of our guests and so on, and being there for us. In fact, Sastry was there all along. She's always there for us when we are not well and so on. She's an RN, and she advises us. All right. I'm sure Ravi would be well pleased if we have heard where. So Lucie Mason, Lucie.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can if you want. No.
I'm sure he would be quite pleased if he's still around. All right. Absolutely. And so with that, I say thank you all for coming, and Ravi's pleased today.
Go ahead and sing a song. Go ahead and sing a song. Go ahead and sing a song.
Okay. One verse. Okay. They've just asked me to sing a verse. Let's do this quickly because we want to wrap it up, I believe. Koi rahe maj nahi paaye, tera karobar ho malik, kaisa tera sansar. उजर जाए जब रैनब सेरा, पंछी सिर डुल रोए, कोई न जाने दर्द किसी का, सब मतलब में कोई। अंबर नील बहाए दर्दी करे पुकार, हे मालिक कैसा तेरा संसार। कोई रे कोई गाए, कैसा तेरा संसार।
We're going to do one last walk. Yeah, okay. She's going to give the instructions to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Family and friends, I want to thank you all for coming this evening. My name is Jessica Arroyo. I'm the funeral director here at Bell's Funeral Home. I'm going to give you all some instructions on our final glance. This is unprecedented, the amount of people that we have here today, and we want everybody to say a final goodbye. Please, please follow my directions. First of all, if you're in the lobby, out there in the lobby, and you have not viewed Ravi, this is your time to come. We will give you instructions. Once you view, you are to exit the chapel. It is extremely important that you go to your cars. If you're going to the repast at Sings, okay? I need to clear the parking lot. It's extremely important. You got it. Okay? You got it? All right. Now. All right. Okay, so everyone in the chapel, please remain seated. We're going to start with the people in the lobby. This area here I need clear because they're going to come down the middle and they're going to exit this way out of the chapel. So if you can please exit this area. Oh, you want to take them first? Okay, he's going to take you guys first, okay? All right, Garmin, middle, move them.
If you're viewing,
yes, please, that would be great.